So these are the 10 metal shaping essentials that I think you need to get into the industry. With these, you'll be able to work a low crown panel, a high crown panel. Heck, you could build a whole car body if you really have the time. There's no specific order. They all kind of work in conjunction with each other. Wham bam, we're going to start with the shrinker stretcher. So I only use shrinking jaws in this, and it's on a kick shrinker stand. But you don't need it to start. You can just get a regular, this was a regular desk mount one with a handle at the back. Start with one of those. As you work bigger panels, it just is a luxury and very nice to have something that you can operate with your foot while you hold the whole panel. One and done. Next, we have blocking hammers, sandbag, and the stump. They all go together, but we're going to cover the blocking hammers. So you get wooden ones and steel ones. That side's flat, that side's round, that side's round, that side's more round. So to start, you're probably not going to find a really nice steel blocking hammer, but a wooden one will do the exact same job. Just don't have an unlimited lifespan, whereas this one's going to last me a life and 10 more. So we can use these in the sandbag to stretch, or in the stump to stretch or shrink. Next up, we have the sandbag. Why we use this, how we use this, is to block and stretch the metal into. So instead of hammering little bit by little bit by little bit into the stump and not being able to stretch a lot at once, with the sandbag, we can hammer and induces a lot more stretch than hammering straight into the stump. Just saves you a bunch of time. Next up, little baby angle grinder. This just comes in handy because metal is not too fun to cut and not too easy to cut unless you have an angle grinder. Cut steel, aluminium, copper, brass, whatever you want. Yeah, we just use this one to rough out panels, and then that kind of works in conjunction with the metal shears, because tight radiuses you can't cut nicely on an angle grinder, but with a set of metal shears, wham bam, thank you ma'am, it's no problem. You can almost cut, you can cut extremely tight radiuses with it. So this is also nice because it's not dirty, it's not noisy, you can just work there in peace, quick and easy. Next up, we have the slapper. It's kind of like a planishing hammer, but not quite. So when I'm using a slapper, I'm not using it precise. I never use it to finish off a panel perfectly. Then I'll come in with a little bumping hammer. So I find this just works really nice when I'm working a big low or I've got a big area to work. I'll use a slapper. If I'm working next up, then we got our little bumping hammer. So if I'm trying to crush just the weld, not next to it, or work a little low, then the bumping hammer comes in handy. We've got our dolly, bumping hammer, just there, nowhere else. Next up, the dolly. So you'll use this to stretch metal, to turn edges, to bend edges, to do everything. Heck, you could even shrink on it if you want. It's not going to be fun or enjoyable or easy, but possible. So I would recommend, if you're starting with only one dolly for some reason, and you happen to find one of these pillow or egg-shaped dollies, it's an absolute win because you can do almost every shape on it. It's got a flat, it's got everything. So this is if you can find one of these, an absolute win. If you can't, get an old railway. There we go, you can make yourself one. Not last and not least, the stump. This is just some old railway sleepers that I've glued together and put dowel rods across, carved the bowl in. Now I can use this to shrink metal, shrink aluminium, shrink whatever you want. You can turn edges on the side. This is great and an absolute necessity because it just makes your life 100 times easier. Instead of only stretching a panel, you can shrink it, stretch the center, comes around much faster. Next up, the English wheel. So you don't have to start with a really nice wheel. You can start with a cheap small wheel. Heck, it's going to work, going to leave a little lines here and there, but as you become more proficient and understand what you like to work with, you can shape your lower anvils to work for you. It's never a plug and play option. You buy the wheel, you get the anvils, and then you always change the shape to what you like to work with. So I was lucky enough to scoop this Renala a little while ago, but that's not what I started on. Started on that guy that's just made out of some 5mm plate that I made, but this is the go-to now. So those are the 10 essentials that I think 10, 9, 8, 7, 11, 12, I'm not too sure how many's there actually. But those are the essentials I think to get into the industry. A lot of them you can make yourself. So if you can't find, don't come up with your excuses. go to the scrapyard, get some steel, get it done.